Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 303 for the 15th of June, 2025. And it's Luke Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly. Happy Father. Hello. Happy
We'll do that
Father's Day,
again.
everybody.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
And also to you.
Aye, indeed.
It was a fairly miserable day today in the west coast of Scotland. It rained a lot, but I was happy because I got
was
some
happy.
whiskey and I got to go to the cinema, as did you.
So did I. Same film, different
And we
cinemas.
That's right. Separated by a river.
That's right. Which we will be discussing at the end. Yeah. Sloane's gone.
That's right. The movie, not the river.
Oh, your internet died there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's okay. You're back. You're back. You're back in the room.
Okay. Right, back in the room. Yeah. So happy Father's Day. How was your week?
Good. Like a good week this week. Yep. I treated myself.
I was going to say, did you buy anything special?
I treated myself, even though I was asking you to talk me out of it. And some of your reasons were pretty good, actually.
Which, by the way, I think I did a good job of talking you out of it. But you decided
You eventually did, but by that point,
it was too late. You'd committed. I knew as soon as I was saying to you, it was So Jody bought himself a
Switch 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. Do I regret it? 100% no.
Well, okay.
What?
I'm not. Yeah, it's a lovely bit of kit, and I'm happy for your purchase. I think you'll be happy with it.
We'll be delighted together. Yeah.
But for me, it's not a compelling purchase at all.
No, maybe not. But there's 2 games that I'm looking forward to, and I could have maybe waited till September till they came out, but the opportunity was there for me. The finance was there for me, and sometimes I get money for maybe a painting that I've sold or whatever, and then there's something wrong with the car. I thought to myself, right, no touch wood. I don't want to jinx myself, but I thought the opportunity's there, the money's there.
Yeah,
let's do this. For future me, apart from anything, because Star Wars Outlaws is out in September. I think I'll get Cyberpunk next month in July. But for now, Mario Kart and the GameCube selection of 3 games will do me. Soul Calibur's not. Is it Soul Calibur? What's the beat 'em up game?
I think it's Soul Calibur. Yeah.
Didn't really rock my boat that much, but Wind Waker certainly does, and F-Zero certainly does. And you can play like all your old stuff,
F-Zero.
F-Zero. What did I say?
That's what I'm asking. Like F-Zero, is that a thing? Is that a new version of it coming out?
No, it's the GameCube. The 3 games in the GameCube apps you get just now. Wind Waker, Soul Calibur, and F-Zero.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So it's the GameCube ones. Very, very good. And it's all HD and everything. They're not remakes though. They are the GameCube versions.
They're just high-defified.
Yeah, high-defified.
High-defified.
High-defificated. Defecated. No. And yeah, the transfer and the setup took about 20 minutes, and then the download for Mario was like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, something like that.
Not on my internet, it wouldn't be.
Not on your internet, it wouldn't be, no. But so I was up and running within about half an hour, I would say.
Yeah.
And it all transferred. My stuff transferred over onto it.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say there's a couple of kind of caveats. The battery. I left this. It's not too bad. You put it in sleep mode, it's all right. But see my OLED. If I just turn, click the wee on/off button, not to switch it off completely.
Yeah.
But the battery will stay if I've charged it at 98% or something, it will still be around then. But this one, it was fully charged, and I did the same as I do with my OLED, and it was 50% down from 100%.
Oh, okay.
Which is weird. But if you put it into sleep mode, it seems to be a bit better.
Yeah.
So that's the battery thing. The other fact is to watch out about is the micro SD cards only work for the Switch 2. They're specific to Switch 2, and the smallest one, the 256 one, is £50.
This is the Express SD cards that you've got to
50
use.
quid.
Yeah.
That's the 256.
What size does that get you? Oh, 256. Okay. Right.
So I decided not to.
What's the maximum size you can put in it?
I think you can probably put at least a terabyte if you can get a terabyte, but that'd probably cost you about 200 quid.
This isn't the first time, because Microsoft, when they brought out the Xbox, that whatever one it was, you had to buy a specific rated SATA hard drive for it to work. Like it had to have like certain transfer speeds and stuff.
The one that jumped out was a PS Vita as an example for me, because remember that Magic Gate thing that they had?
Oh, that was their memory stick. That was the Sony proprietary memory stick. Yeah,
it was their own.
Yeah.
And they cost a fortune, and that kind of killed that system a little bit.
Yeah, people
they have now.
For that, though.
They have now, but at the time, it was like, super expensive.
But I had a Digital 8 Handycam, and they used the memory sticks inside them. So it's not. It was just Sony being Sony. It's like our stuff's better, and people adapt it, and they didn't.
Yeah,
and then soon moved to SD.
Yeah, but apart from that, it's a real premium feeling piece of kit.
Yeah,
I mean, compared to this, the controllers seem much more solid. Sitting in the.
They're bigger as well, though, aren't they?
They're bigger, yeah. Yeah. It's all very satisfying, I can tell you.
Okay.
I'll need to get a case for it though, because I don't want it to get. And I'm also keeping it a secret. But I said to Daniel yesterday,
this is a podcast.
No, I know. It might be watching actually.
World.
But yesterday, to be fair to me, yesterday I was like, "Oh, I'm loving my Switch 2. I'm going to play it tonight and all that." And he was just laughing. I'm like,
why?
Little do you know. Well, little do you know, I'm still telling the truth.
Oh, right, okay.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I just know that once he knows about it, he'll want his grubby little paws on it, and he's not getting it until I've had my fill.
Yeah.
But he'll only probably play Tears of Kingdom or something.
Tears of a Clown. Yeah.
Because it's all pimped up and stuff.
Yeah.
Remember how we were talking about the cartridges last week?
Oh, yeah.
They're called key cards, the ones that don't have any data on them.
Yeah.
So they are. So some Cyberpunk does have the game on it, but likes of Tears of the Kingdom and stuff do not have the data. It's just a gateway to a code.
So the I don't know, like you didn't get a physical card for
Mario.
The Mario Kart, did you?
No.
You didn't get that, because the physical card version of it does come with the game fully installed in the card.
Right.
So was it just a bundle with the console? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And somebody pointed out it's the cheapest way to buy the game.
Yeah.
I think the game's £80 if you buy it, whereas if you get it bundled, it's only like 40 quid or something. So
okay.
It was.
But you don't get the.
It was worth doing for that,
Yeah. Have you changed your opinion about the physical copies of it or not?
As in, I'm all into physical.
As in, like, what are you going to do when they turn off the servers?
Yeah, I know. I'm a physical copy guy. I have to say. I think Nintendo are doing this on purpose, though, because they want to go digital. But I don't like that idea.
Yeah.
And even these physical key cards are digital. They're digital copies, you know?
Yeah.
But you know how
exactly, yeah. That's what
but
I'm
swapping, you could sell that key card, though, and then
Mhm.
and if you sell the key card, then can somebody else use that code? You know?
I think that's the thing, is that maybe it'll generate another
That's why
code, and then you give that to them, or
I
I don't
think
know how
that's
that works, but
I think that's why they brought in that virtual swapping of cartridges thing. So that
on the previous Switch.
purely because of this
Mhm.
this key card thing coming in. I
Yeah.
think that's why they probably did it.
Okay.
And then it means that your friends can play, which means that you can resell games and
Because I think I can't remember if it's a digital version or not, but if you've got the copy of your game, you can lend it to your friends. This is the Switch version of it. You can lend it to your friends, and you don't get to play it for 2 weeks, and then it
aye,
reverts back to you.
that's what it is. Aye, so how's
That's a
that going to
weird
work
thing.
then? That is a
I don't know.
2 week thing, isn't it? I
Yeah,
don't know
it's
how
like
that's
you
going to
lend
work
it
for
to them.
reselling. Because
Which, by the
reselling's
way, I think
massive.
is brilliant, because sometimes kids forget to give the game back, and this is a nice way of just doing the old yoink
Yeah.
bungee cord on it. So
Yeah.
you're not getting wee Timmy running up to you and saying, Mum, they've stolen my game.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like, yeah, you can just give them the game for 2 weeks, and then they've only got it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's
But
pretty
I
cool.
just wonder how that's going to go down with this reselling. CEX and all that.
Yeah,
Because that's a big one.
I think that's another thing, is that because it's all digital, that keeps the control with the publisher, and technically the hardware manufacturer, like Xbox, like Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo or whoever, and then it keeps places like CEX from not having those things, which is a shame, because it means that you don't have control over your physical media. I mean, it's like,
Yeah, I mean,
physical media.
I've seen. I had myself selling games before, to CEX, so that you can get something else that you've not played and things like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to work.
So do you sell the code to CEX, and then CEX has it? It's like if you sell your car to a dealership, they take the ownership of the car, and then they sell the ownership to someone else. Or
we'll need to look into that more.
Yeah.
Or somebody tell us in the comments,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, please. Shall we talk the tea? Things that are happening in the world of entertainment.
Yep.
We start off with How to Train Your Dragon, which got sort of re-released this week. So this is the
remake.
Yeah, 2015, 2016. The original one came out.
Yeah. It's not a re-release.
It's a remake. Yeah. The live action. Yeah. Starring the original was starring many Scottish people.
Yep. Craig Ferguson.
And Craig Ferguson was in it. Yeah, he played the trainer guy. Jerry Butler was in it.
Yep.
David Tennant was in it. Ashley Judd was in it as well. So yeah, there's a good few Scottish people there. And I actually watched it last night for the first time ever. Never seen it before.
The cartoon?
The cartoon, yes. Yeah.
Have you never seen it?
Never seen it before, no.
Oh, that's a cracker, isn't it? Enjoy it?
That's all right, yeah.
Is it because Adam Sandler wasn't in it?
Yes. Frankly, yes, it was.
Well, you can tell us all about it at the end.
I'm a seagull. Ring, ring. So yeah, 83 million it's made domestically, and it's made 198 million worldwide.
Bloody good.
It just opened this weekend.
Wow.
So there you go. So there's been a bit of controversy though, because how swapped the ethnicity of Astrid.
Yes, I did.
Made her an Asian lady,
Yeah.
Asian actress. So I was thinking about this. Astrid is played by America Ferrera, who's Latina,
Mhm.
and so my question is, and so what? Like,
Yeah,
why?
yeah.
This is the controversy I don't understand. But the other controversy though is that she's been erased from all promotional material. The
Really?
character of Astrid, yeah,
All right.
which is even stranger. To placate the morons, I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, see things like that, though. I mean, that is moronic comments when you're
Yeah.
talking about, a cartoon character that's not white or whatever anymore.
Yeah.
I think the only ones that you should moan, or not moan about, but shout at the clouds, are James Bond, Superman, and
Black Panther.
Black Panther. Yeah.
Have you seen that one? I think Ryan Gosling is going to step into the shoes of Black Panther.
What?
Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure.
That's a weird one. I think that'll be. I think people will be shouting about that one.
Is Ryan? So this is from International The News. So The News International. Is Ryan Gosling really being casted in Black Panther 3's titular role? He's being rumored to be cast in it. This is from June 12th. So
that's funny because it's always been the other way around, isn't it? It's always been like a white actor, and then they've recast a black character, and like Commissioner Gordon, for example. And the Batman.
I mean,
people are like, yeah, that's great, or folk have complained about it, but doing it the other way around, like
but I mean,
a black character, that is intrinsically a black character,
it's a bit.
That's
it's not good. It's not a good look.
It's not right.
And even if you're going like, oh, this is the what if, the multiverse and all that kind of stuff, is it? I mean, it just seems a bit weird.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of when Peter Gabriel flirted with African culture, and Paul Simon did the same, and they're like dancing like black people, and African people and things like that, and you're like.
Because it was sort of the height of apartheid as well, so it was all kind of because people were like boycotting. Like it was remember Sun City? That was a big thing. Like Little Steven had a song. I ain't gonna play Sun City.
But it was a bit like that,
Yeah. Because I mean, you could argue that Paul Simon was exploiting black musicians for financial gain. For the Graceland.
Well, it was. And then Peter Gabriel was just kind of, taking on board the whole persona of when he was dancing to In Your Eyes Live and things like that. And I'm not out of badness that they lived their rhythms and things like that. But I don't know how we got into that, but that was my fault. Sorry.
But it's okay for Ginger Baker to do it.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that's a weird one.
Anyway.
A white actor taking on the role of
Black Panther,
intrinsically black character.
Yeah,
that's a hard one.
So anyway, to the naysayers, it's rating high in the box office just now with 198 million worldwide. So
good. I fancy it actually.
Yeah. I think. I mean, I think I'll wait for it to come out in video. But much like I will be doing for Lilo and Stitch. Again, I have a problem with live action remakes, and I don't know if it's just me or not, and maybe I should just lighten up. But I don't see the point in them. Like,
It's just to keep it relevant, isn't it? The IP.
I don't even know if it's to keep it relevant. I think it's just to keep the copyright going.
Do you know what? I tell you what it is as well. It's running out of bloody ideas. That's what it is. You know. And it's like, let's just remake. I mean, Disney are the biggest culprits. That's the first one that DreamWorks have ever done.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing as well. So
I think we'll get more from DreamWorks. You know,
Chris Sanders, who had a terrible time on Lilo and Stitch, and there was like a lot of like financial things. The studio was going, "Oh, you're spending too much money," and all that kind of stuff, and just like make it cheaper. And that's why a lot of the backgrounds don't move in Lilo and Stitch, is because they just couldn't afford to animate the backgrounds. And there's a lot of like pan and scan type sets as well, so it's very, very kind of like TV, made for TV type animation. Just because they had to, because they didn't have the money for it. But he had such a bad thing about that. He left and went to DreamWorks. And the next big thing he did, of course, he did the Kung Fu Panda stuff, but he also did How to Train Your Dragon. And both those movies, those live action remakes, are now out in the cinema again.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy as well.
Both those live action remakes?
Yeah. Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and
How to Train Your
Stitch.
Dragon.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Hi, why is there not a live action remake of Kung Fu Panda?
What's that?
Why is there not a live action remake of Kung Fu Panda?
Oh, we've done Lion King. Why not?
Well, I mean, you've done Lion King. You could just bring Jack Black and put him in a panda costume.
Put him in a panda costume. Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. Are we going to get like Minions and Kung Fu Panda?
Minions live action. But what's the point? In, like, those are like cartoon characters. It's like why did they do a live version remake of Lion King with the dead-eyed killer lions? Like, it's not cute.
But the fact that they've done this, like, How to Train Your Dragon, and it's been successful. That's when the movie companies are like, the smell of success. Let's do.
Exactly. Yeah, they can smell it in the water. Yeah.
Shrek, you could do that.
A live action Shrek.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
I can see that. I'm just gonna dust this for a second. There you go. It's better. Aye. So who'd they get in to play the Scottish? Would they just get Mike Myers in a fancy costume? Just dress him up, paint him green. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It kind of looks like Shrek these days with the green makeup.
Jeez, that's a bit harsh.
Who would you cast as a minion? Peter Dinklage. Hi, James. Wow.
You had that loaded in the barrel, didn't you?
I don't know. Peter Dinklage wouldn't do it, would he? It's too serious. Too serious.
No.
He's
he could be Shakespearean actor.
They would probably be tall actor, just normal sized actors. I bet you. Imagine.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's like the thing to do.
Yeah.
There is
the sorry. I was going to say there's the Minion ride where they transfer tourists to become minions, and they just look like normal humans that are kind of painted yellow.
Oh yeah, but it's like the whole kind of Seven Dwarfs thing, being offended on behalf of
mythical creatures, Jody.
Oh, sorry, no, yeah. So you'd probably end up just having normal actors playing.
Aye, exactly.
Oh well, James makes a good point. Hugh Grant was an Oompa Loompa.
Aye, that's true.
Yeah, there was a big uproar about that, wasn't there? Remember? Because they weren't using little people. No, they're not using little people anymore. Time Bandits, I get. Time Bandits was one.
That's right. Yeah.
Wonka, Seven Dwarfs. They were using ordinary sized people. Where's all the jobs for the little people? Just pantomimes.
Just pantomimes. Yeah. And even
get shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
And Wolf and Wall
Street.
Being in Psychoville, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you started watching it?
I'll get to that later on.
All right. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Where's all the jobs for little people?
Don't know.
remake Wizard of Oz.
The Munchkin. Did you know that a fact I learned while watching The Accountant 2 this week? That Toto the dog, called Tim or Tony or something, the dog that played Toto, got $150 a week in salary, and the little people got 95.
Wow.
There you go.
There's a strange film, and it was all about it was made in the 70s, and it was all about the little people in the Wizard of Oz and how they all were kind of put up in a hotel. They were all put up in a hotel near the studio, and they were all like all having sexy time with each other and all that. It was like and all getting drunk and everything. It was a total shambles, apparently.
Really?
I think there's quite a good book about it, but I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, it's total. They were maniacs for anything that was good.
Let's move on. Let's move on. So, in the first season of Last of Us, we had Joel was the main figure in season 1. Bella Ramsey's Ellie was the main figure in season 2. And in season 3, neither of them. It's going to be Abby. That's going to be the main character.
But that's the way it was in the book. 3. You end up playing her as a character in the book. Sorry, not in the book, the game. So,
Jody, are you getting mixed up with those make your own adventure games?
I think so.
Turn to page 25. You hit a branch and die. Oh.
No. Yeah.
Roll 6 dexterity.
They've split part 2 into 2 parts, so we're getting Abby's thing.
Yeah. Abby's story.
Focusing that.
What 2 parts of part 2?
Yeah, part 2 is split into 2 parts.
Right.
So we're getting part 2.1 and part 2.2.
Right. Okay. Which is going to be so part 2.5 is going to be season 3.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Because I've not played the games. I didn't have a PlayStation. These are not beloved characters for me. I'm just watching it on TV.
Part 2 is like is going to be, the remaining episodes of season 2.
Okay. So do you think that's it? Do you think they'll end it after season 3, or do you think they'll milk it for another?
No, I think they should end it. I don't think they should milk it, unless a Last of Us Part 3 movie comes out.
Game.
Where's the handsome bald brother? Have you fellas forgot to tell him live again? I'm assuming you mean James.
James joins us every Thursday. Thanks, Andrew. James joins us every Thursday for our watch along. So if you want to see James, we've got him in a cupboard, and he only comes out every Thursday.
Bring up the game.
In there. Bring out James. We're doing another Andor.
So a bat signal goes up.
Comes around. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a bat signal comes up, and he drives round. And then we do Andor with him. 8 p.m. on Thursdays. We missed last Thursday, so we should probably mention that actually just now. We missed last Thursday because
we did not miss it.
Because the internet went down.
Yep. We did not miss it. We were here.
Yeah, Google pooped the bed last Thursday, and it wasn't just StreamYard, which is the streaming service we use to broadcast this. It was like quite a bit of Google went down, and took quite a lot of sites with it. In IKEA as well, because my wife shouted up and says, "I can't go in IKEA." And I went, "Good." Joe, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse when my wife. Bring it in. She's wandering around the house silently holding a tape measure. I'm like, how much is this going to cost me?
She needs to get a hobby. Come on.
What are you doing? It's like, nothing. It's like, okay, then put the tape measure back.
Buying more curtains.
She does. Yes, that's exactly what she was doing. She was measuring for curtains.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, you said there was a lot of light coming in there. I never mentioned anything about light. Not one point have I mentioned anything about light. Because you know what I do if there's too much light coming in somewhere? I say, I'll just take these
Close
off.
your eyes.
I go like that. There you go. Sorted. For those of you watching in a black and white television set, Sloan put his hand over his eyes.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's what I do.
But then you just end up walking into cupboards. You can't be doing that.
No, when I'm sleeping.
Oh, when you're sleeping, right? Okay.
Because the bedroom window is east facing. Sorry, so it does catch the sun when it comes up. It does. Okay. The light does come in. However, I have a solution for that. It's the same solution the cat's got. Yeah. Just put my hand over my eyes. There you go. Sorted. It's a cheap solution as well. Because that's what I am. Cheap.
We'll edit that bit out.
It's fine. Good news, everyone. Gary Oldman finally won something for his portrayal of Jackson Lamb. He got a knighthood.
I never got it for that.
No, he didn't, but he deserves it for that. Get on him.
Well, I've got a bit of an issue with things like that. I don't. For being an actor.
I don't. I mean, it's
does he do charitable stuff as well? You know, is he like an all-round nice guy?
But it could just be for like services to acting.
Has he been to Ukraine to try and stop the war? You know,
is member of the British Empire, MBE, Order of the British Empire. What empire?
Empire.
What empire?
Rebel scum.
Rebel scum.
Yeah. I'd like to see Gary Oldman in a Star Wars movie. Actually, that'd be pretty good. You know,
he'd have been brilliant for the Emperor. He says all of them, everyone. That bit.
Yeah. Is that in Fifth Element?
Everyone. I think it's in Leon or something like that.
Oh, Leon. So it is. Yeah. He's played some cracking villains over the past. Drexel. Remember?
Yeah.
True Romance. Drexel.
Yep.
Drexel. Dracula.
I love him in Fifth Element. I think he hams it up beautifully, and he does it. He does
brilliant.
This Ross Perot impersonation. It's brilliant.
The accent, yeah, brilliant.
It's so good.
Drawl.
The Southern Texan salesman guy.
It's fantastic. Yeah. Does it warrant a knighthood?
That part does, I think.
Give it to a fireman. Somebody's saving lives. You know?
Well, yeah. You won't be too happy with the fact that David Beckham won one as well.
God, I know, for kicking a football about. Come on. I know he does a few more things than that.
And Roger Daltrey.
I'm surprised that Roger Daltrey even accepting one, by the way.
People try to put us down talking about my generation. And he's like, thanks very much for the knighthood.
What's going on? Let's get on.
And by the way, you don't get a knighthood for firing another knight's son. How does that work?
Yeah. Well, George Harrison, I think, turned his down. John Lennon did. You know?
They gave their MBEs back as well. They gave them back.
That's a good point as well. Like Alistair's saying.
Lee Harvey Oswald, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. By the way. Mm-hmm. Good shout.
Yep.
Oh, there's James there. The Ball brother's been kicked off, Andrew. You know that's not true.
That's not true. We'll see you next Thursday.
Yeah.
I promise we'll get to the Gorman Massacre at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
Google permitting.
Episode.
Google Massacre.
So date. Yep.
Well, their internet connection anyway. Matthew McConaughey has got a new role.
Oh, aye.
He's going to play Mike Hammer.
Mike Hammer. Don't tell me. I've heard that name. Mike. MC. Is that MC Hammer's real name?
No.
Because that would be a hell of a casting choice.
It would be. So Nick Pizzolatto, who did the True Detective thing, he's reuniting with him to do Mike Hammer. I can see you looking it up on the internet. Mike Hammer was played by Stacy Keach in TV. He's like a
right.
flatfoot
I've got
detective.
you. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Aye.
Sorry, I've got some more comments here, which is really, really good. Gary Oldman was in Star Wars. He was meant to be the voice of General Grievous, but pulled out of the role. Oh, right. So he was, but he wasn't.
He wasn't.
And then James is saying here, it's weird because I'm kind of a big deal around here. He means in his street. And the key store. And the key store. Yeah.
Dear. I'm something of a scientist myself. So Matthew McConaughey and Mike Hammer, fine. When are we going to get Mark Ruffalo as Columbo?
Aye. Perfect.
Well,
we keep saying that's going to be perfect, didn't we?
Sledgehammer was great.
Do you remember that Sledgehammer?
Don't hurt him, Sledgehammer. Yeah. He had a big gun, all that kind of stuff, and his sidekick was like Stephanie Powers or something like that.
I remember that actually.
And it was like, don't hurt him, Hammer.
Yeah. I think James, it's quantity, not quality. James, you've got a big fan there, and Andrew. That's all I can say.
Andrew, what's wrong with quantity?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is good stuff. It's not great stuff without James, obviously, but it's good stuff.
It's half
decent.
There's
lots of good stuff. Aye, half decent. Lots of half decent stuff. Lots of half decent stuff makes one quite good stuff. Anyway, did you see the Spaceballs 2 got announced? This is the last story.
Yeah. Oh man, it's not coming out till 2027 though.
So somebody on TikTok posted this, and now I'm like, oh man, that'd have been so good. Do you remember the bit in the movie where he says, "This is called instant video. This is when the video goes in the shops before the movie's out."
Yes.
And then they do the now. This is now bit.
Yeah.
What they should have done was they should announce it to be 2027 and then release it on streaming the next day, and then say it's new instant video, and then still put it in the theaters in 2027.
Yeah.
But have it released on streaming, and I think that'd have been the funniest joke.
Basically kill the movie in the theaters.
Aye, yeah.
Well, Mel Brooks.
That feels the most Mel Brooks thing.
Mel Brooks is going to be playing yogurt in the new The Schwartz Awakens, I think it's called. He's going to be 100 when that comes out. They better start filming now.
No.
I mean, Yoda was like in his hundreds, but the actor wasn't he?
Yeah.
Frank
Oz was in his 40s.
The actor's going to be in his hundreds. Yeah. Come on. Get it made.
Rick Moranis is coming back.
First time since what was his last movie?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in LA, whatever it was. Yeah. Then he retired from Hollywood to look after his kids. Blew up the kids. Whatever it was. Yeah. It was Honey, I Blew Up the Kids because that's when they go to Vegas and the toddler wrecks the strip.
Great.
Think of all the characters though that can't come back.
John Candy.
You've got John Candy, Joan Rivers.
Did you hear the rumor that they're going to get Bill Pullman's son to play his son in it, called Starburst? Starburst. That's a great character name. I love it.
I hope that's true. Tim Russ, who played Tuvok in Star Trek Voyager, he says people come up in the street and you think they're going to run up to you and say, "Live long and prosper," and they go like, "Hey, are you still combing the desert?" He says that's all he's ever known for is that joke about a comb in the desert.
Yeah. The giant comb.
Oh god, so good.
Such a cheap joke, but
I know it's brilliant.
Brilliant.
So good. Can you hear that crow?
No.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm leaning in. We had headphones in. No, I can't hear it.
Lean in the microphone. Okay. Shall we talk about what you're watching? It's going to have a short episode this week. Sorry.
Yeah.
But we are running a wee bit. We are over a wee bit. Where's my?
We get to our best.
Beauty sleep.
Yep, bloody need it.
About 4 years should do it for me.
Well, 5 for me. I watched The Gorge, the Apple TV thing.
Okay, yeah. Did you subscribe to Apple?
I watched The Gorge. It was a lot more kind of goofy than I thought it was going to be. But romance, kind of.
It's a rom-com.
I thought it'd be more serious.
Yeah, no.
I quite enjoyed it.
It's good fun.
Thought it was pretty good. We finished From season 3 finally. Well, we decided just to blast it. We're like, right, let's just get through this.
Yeah.
It's good. There's nothing been revelatory yet.
No.
Spoil anything, but the brother and sister thing was quite a shock.
The whole backstory thing. Yeah,
that was quite a shock. But so is it season 4 and then that's it done, or?
That's it. They're doing one more season and then that's it. They're ending it.
And I'm glad to do it then. Yeah.
And I'm glad that they're going to do. First of all, they have a definite ending, and second of all, that the studio or the production company, or whoever it is getting the chance to do that, rather than just going like, well, because one of our favorite shows of the last few years has been Raised by Wolves.
Fantastic. That was 2 and done.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one, Andrew. The man in yellow at the end appears. Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing as well, because I think there's a wee bit of a kind of time travel-y thing, because the daughter comes in and she's got different hair. If I remember right, it's been a while since I saw the last episode.
Yeah.
She comes in and does something else, and then the guy with the hair appears. So, but she's already been talking about going through the portal and stuff. Anyway, so we'll find out, I guess, in season 4.
When's that coming out? Season 4?
Is that
this year? No.
Yeah. No. Sure.
Ooh.
I don't know, actually. I think I might be next year.
Right. Titan Ocean Gate. Watched that. The thing about the submarine that imploded. It's a good documentary, actually. Pretty bloody grim, obviously. But
we watched it as well.
It's worth a watch, I think.
It's what's annoying about that whole thing though was it's like, and there was no signs at all, and it's like everybody at every step was like, this is a bad idea, don't do this.
I know
every step of the way.
See the fact you're getting bolted in with no way out whatsoever.
No thanks
to that craft.
Yeah, no.
Right. I mean, I was getting the heebie-jeebies watching it because I'm slightly claustrophobic anyway. Slightly,
quite a lot claustrophobic.
Yeah,
and there's a bit in Final Reckoning I couldn't watch.
Yeah. Oh man, I was the same.
There's a couple of bits in Final Reckoning where I was like, I don't want to watch this bit.
Which brings me neatly to Mission Impossible, the Final Reckoning. Holy moly! By the way, what a film! I think if you've seen the last one, it's maybe the first hour drags a bit because it's really a recap and kind of filling you in, what's happened. So I think if you've seen that, the first the previous one, it's a little bit of a drag, but geez, once that gets going, it's unreal. The I'm not going to spoil it either, but everybody's seen the clip of the
biplanes.
What the hell? That guy's nuts.
I know.
That
was the other bit I couldn't watch.
That is the most crazy stunt I've ever seen in my life, I think. That's crazy.
Chris McQuarrie was one of the divers, so they had like safety divers on site. He was one of the divers.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah. Because I noticed in the credits was the safety divers, and one of them was some guy, and the other one was Chris McQuarrie.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be seen in the cinema. I was saying to you that our screening had a message from Tom at the beginning, saying thanks for coming to the theatres to watch this because it means a lot, to take time with your day to do that, which was quite unusual, I thought. Alistair's saying he saw it last week, loved it. Some stunts, the plane stunts were awesome, absolutely.
The stunt, the bit where he's going through the
chamber, the missile chamber.
He's going through the missile chamber, and it's rolling down the hill.
Yeah. Fills with water and all that. Oh my god, I was like,
it fills with water, empties the water, fills the water, just craziness.
Anyway, better not spoil it too much, but
I thought it was okay. I was not a huge fan of it, and the reason why I thought it was okay is because I thought to myself, why the hell did I just sit through the last one? Like the last one only got us to this one, so like, what was the point in this one? Like this one could have been that was our last mission. The first half hour could have been this was our last mission, and this is how it ended. And now that we're going to continue it, like the bit where they do the thing that they normally do at the start, and I thought that's what they should have done, and not have the two movies. I felt a bit disappointed by it, and that's the reason why. Is because
I see your point. Actually, they should have made it a 3-hour movie, and that first hour was the first movie. Getting the key.
Because I felt that quite a lot of it as well was filler. There was a lot of like flash forwardy stuff of things that they were going to do.
I find that quite unusual. The fact they showed stuff that's how it's going to go down. Quite unusual way of storytelling that.
And there was other things as well.
I liked it, man. I really liked it. I thought it was great.
There's other things as well where he says don't go in the ice, but then she did go in the ice and nothing happened.
Okay. Spoilers.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Although the person who stole the scenes though was Bob's wife. When she's explaining about how to do the thing like that, and then she hands him the gun, and she goes, and she says, "What do you want me to do this?" And she goes, for the polar bear.
Yeah. That was played by Bjork.
That was not played by Bjork. But they got the guy. They got the guy back that played the guy from the first movie.
Yes, I know. And you recognised him as well.
Funny. Which I thought was really good. That was a neat.
I like the fact. I like that the fact that they kind of tied it all up with all the other ones,
as well.
Yeah,
because there was like a clip of Philip Seymour Hoffman in it. There was Michelle Monaghan is in it. And,
let's not spoil it too much.
No.
Alistair saying that he watched a horror film last night called Clown in the Cornfield. You'd never watch that, Sloan.
No, that's not.
The title alone terrifies you.
Clowns, no. Cornfields, no.
Yeah, I saw that advertised actually on somewhere, a random internet thing.
Movies that give you the heebie-jeebies.
I think that title looks fun actually. So there you go. That was me.
That's not for me. So this week, Titan OceanGate scandal thing. There was, it was a really good documentary, but grim. I mean, it's just being entombed in. The fact that you were entombed inside effectively a popcorn maker, which I didn't like either. You basically heard your demise because it was the carbon threads would go pop.
Well, it's when you saw it on the graph how high the noise was made.
It was like
come on, man, this is just an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Continuing on with Murderbot, I really enjoy it. They're too short though. They really are. It's like you're just getting into it and then it ends and you're like, oh man. Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. The major TV show we watched this week was Psychoville, which is the DVD that you gave me.
Yeah, good.
Which has now cost me £10 because I went immediately and bought. I went and bought.
Oh, did you have to go back to
second season? But I could only get the box. I could only get the box set, so I ended up buying the box set of season 1 and 2. So if you want season 1 back,
you
can have it back if you want.
So did you get it off eBay or something?
Amazon.
All right.
But here's the thing: you can't watch it anywhere else.
I know.
There's
I know
no
that.
streaming service.
That's why I gave you it to
I know.
watch.
It's like,
It's not on BBC anymore for some reason.
It's a brilliant show. It's
so good.
It's so good. And
murder.
I've done a bad murder. The David Maureen episode was brilliant, and just like
I need to watch it again. I've not seen it.
Mr. Lomax and going, "Come along, Tea Leaf."
Aye,
He's
that's
brilliant,
brilliant.
as well. Dave Kaluuya's in it. Daniel Kaluuya's in it as well.
Daniel Kaluuya, yeah, that must have been one of his first roles. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, that and Skins, Skins. I think that was
maybe
a big break.
Not sure.
And then this week I've just been mostly watching movies. So we started off. Did I mention last week we watched Venom 3: Last Dance?
Oh no,
it's on now TV
cinema.
now.
Yeah.
Aye, it was a good ending to the trilogy. I hope they make more movies with it, but it felt like it was the end. No, I know it felt like it was the end. So that's a bit disappointing.
I think we might see Tom Hardy in the latest Spider-Man movie, though. I think
allegedly he was. Tom Holland was supposed to make an appearance in the Venom movies, so I don't know why that didn't happen, but maybe they'll do the cross one.
Yeah, because Tom Hardy appeared at the end of Deadpool Wolverine, or was it the end of Spider-Man? Was it the end of Spider-Man?
Oh, it was the end.
Was the end of one of the No Way Home?
Was it No Way Home? I think it was No Way Home. Yeah, he did. Because it's at the very start of The Last Dance. He's in the bar, and then he gets sucked back into his universe.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And then I watched Mountainhead, which is on.
I watched that.
Now.
Yep.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
I feel as if it was trying to be kind of Glengarry, Glen Ross, or 12 Angry Men type, that kind of thing. But I felt all the characters were quite annoying. I don't know.
I think that. Well, I kind of think that was the point, though.
Yeah,
they were annoying. They were tech bros, and you weren't really supposed to feel sympathy for them. I don't suppose. I thought they acted really well. The two guys I didn't know, I thought they were really good as well. But Jason Schwartzman's in it, and Steve Carell.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of what's happening. It also ties in as well with Mission Impossible: The Last Reckoning, because it's almost the same plot as well, as like a rogue AI agent is making stuff up on the internet, and it's causing people to disbelieve other things, and bedlam basically, and it's kind of the same thing.
And then they're in the wee cabin, or big cabin.
The wee cabin, with making
celebrating how rich they are, basically.
Exactly, yeah. And painting the numbers,
grading themselves how rich they are.
Yeah.
I just find it.
And they always talking weird things about. They've got a weird way of talking. These Valley Bro, tech bro guys.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon. We watched that last night. That was our Saturday night movie. And it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
It wasn't, no, you're crying, but it was fine. It was an okay movie.
I think it's a good film. I liked it. We went to see it in the Pictures cinema.
I didn't get the feeling that they'd bonded that well. That was the thing. Like, I didn't feel like I didn't feel there was like a lasting friendship there. It just felt like they were like two folk that worked together. I don't know.
I quite fancy seeing the remake, the live action remake.
Yeah.
Our Friday movie was Sisu, the thing that's set in Finland.
Yeah.
Seen it?
Oh yeah.
That's the second time I've seen it, and it's fantastic. I really loved it. Again,
he decides to choke his way up the Reich.
It's fantastic. It's really great. So it's on Netflix just now.
Yeah,
terrific.
Yeah, Sisu means that special something that's not fearless, but it's more than fearless. It's like having no fear. at all. Like the fear is not in your vocabulary.
Yeah, and he's like, it doesn't feel pain or kind of,
No. Especially the hanging bit.
Oh my god, that hanging bit with the kind of nail that's hanging out.
The nails. And he's like,
leans against it.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's a bit sore. And then our Friday night movie, we watched The Accountant 2. Never seen The Accountant. We watched The Accountant 2. So that's The Punisher's in it, and Ben Affleck's in it as well.
Is that straight to Prime?
I think so, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's
the first
part
one
of...
must be there, surely.
Probably, yeah. We'll
I've heard the second one's better than the first, though. I've not seen either. But
is it?
Okay. I hear people say that the first one was good, though, but once the second one came out, they're like, oh, it's better, But
he's kind of like a more on the spectrum version of Reacher.
Okay.
And he's got a brother who's a bit more talky and streetwise.
I didn't know that it was a kind of action thing. The title of the movie
doesn't sell it.
It sounds as if it should be like a kind of courtroom drama or something
about
accountancy or something,
Yeah.
Or is there an accountant for a mafia boss or something like that?
I think that's what it is. Yeah, he's an accountant for a mafia boss, and that's they hint at that in the second one. But I think that's what plays out in the first one. And the main guy, the main antagonist in it is the guy that's running him down is J.K. Simmons in the first one. And he's briefly in the second one. So but yeah, it was good. Was it better than Mission Impossible: The Last Reckoning? No. Like the stunts weren't there. It was a fairly the odd car chase, shooty out thing and stuff. But like
the more I think about Mission Impossible, though, how spectacular it is, it's just it's a cinema experience.
You gotta go.
It really is. You've got to be seeing the pictures.
Yeah, definitely. So what's the next big thing though coming out in the cinema?
Well, the trailers that we got were Fantastic Four, Supes, Superman.
I never got these.
You're joking? Really?
No.
Jurassic Park, that was the other one as well.
Nope.
What trailers did you get? Miss Daisy and...
I can't remember, actually. I honestly can't remember. They were not memorable.
That's the big blockbusters, obviously, for the summer that are coming out. So, yeah. What's the ones to watch? That's the next one, isn't it? List.
Yep, July. That's right, isn't it? July this. So what do you think? So James actually asked this. What do you think is going to win the summer blockbuster? Do you think it's going to be Superman, or do you think it's going to be Fantastic Four?
Well, apparently the pre-sales for Superman have surpassed Fantastic Four. So the money is on Superman at the moment. I think they'll both do well, though. Do you not think?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's the same crowd are going to go. I'm going to go and see Superman. I'm going to go and see Fantastic Four. Maybe in the same day, double bill. Maybe quite good to do. And then there'll be multiple viewings and stuff as well. If they're good, if they're not good, then they're going to get pelters, But I think they will be good. I
think that Fantastic Four has. Well, actually, here's a good question for you. What do you think's got a bigger weight on it, like for success, as far as the company's concerned? So,
Supes.
Do you think Supes, because this is the first foray into the new DCEU? So if this doesn't work, then that's a problem.
Well, the DC movies dipped, didn't they, toward the end? They didn't have a great start, really, but Aquaman and Wonder Woman, I think that was the two successful ones out of the whole lot that they did.
I can't stand Aquaman,
which is pretty nuts.
And I didn't like Wonder Woman either. I liked Wonder Woman 1984.
They were both $billion movies though for DC, and then everything else was like, I mean, Black Adam. God, that was which I didn't mind, but that flopped. But
I thought it was alright. I thought Black Adam was fine.
Flash was great as well. I love Flash, but
Shazam
obviously
was good.
Shazam, the first one was good. The second one was terrible.
No, the second one was not good. But The Flash was a great movie.
It's just a shame that Ezra Miller was an absolute idiot, maniac.
Yeah.
But that was a great movie, The Flash. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Was it called Flashpoint? No. Was it just called the?
No, I think it's based on Flashpoint, the cartoon.
It's terrific, absolutely terrific, great film. One of my favourite comic book movies. It bombed, as we know.
All right, folks. Well, don't forget to smash the like button and share on the social medias because it helps the channel out. And obviously, we appreciate every one of you making comments today. Alan,
Fantastic.
Andrew, and James. And if you want time reminders when we put something new up, then don't forget to hit the old subscribe button, notification bell. And YouTube will work its algorithm and let you know when we put something new up, which is normally 8 p.m. Sundays and Thursdays. So join us on Thursday for our watch along for Andor season 2, season 2, episode 8, and we'll see you then. Thanks very much for watching. Bye, guys. Bye.
Cheers, guys.